Hi and welcome to Geekology. I'm David Spear.
And I'm Sven Harvey.
And tonight on I Want to Kill Myself, we have...
Educating Dave!
Yes. Okay, so... Prime. Yeah.
We're reviewing this one.
We're reviewing that one.
Okay. These two guys are here for purposes of comparison to a degree because...
They are not even remotely near the same range.
They're all Voyagers. Voyager being the
It
class.
does not look like a travel iron.
They're all Voyager class figures, which when this came out...
Whoa, stop.
Okay.
Stop before we even start. Voyager class.
Okay. Currently, in Transformers Generations especially, your classes of figures go from Legends, which are usually around about a tenner, Deluxes, which are about 15, and you have Voyagers, which are 25-ish.
So they're price banding.
Yeah.
Okay, so why don't they just... Okay, fine. So Voyager class. So Voyager class figures.
Voyager class figures.
Right. So this is the only reason they're here to comparisons with this one is because they're in the same price band. So essentially, we can just move this over to one side.
Well, have a look at them first.
Hang on. Well, I was going to do that while you open the packaging on that.
Fair enough.
Okay. This one's got more dust on it than this one. Is there an age difference here?
Well, funnily enough, that's only a couple of years old. And that one's from 2006, 2007.
Okay, well, I'm grooving to the clear plastic.
Yeah, pull that back.
Oh, it lights up?
Yeah, it lights up. Very kiddie.
Nice articulation on that. This is a children's toy? Oh,
yeah.
No!
Well, it's from Transformers Prime, so it's aimed at a slightly younger age range than some of the others.
Okay, you know what, that was a bit more sarcastic than I actually meant. Okay, so obviously, unlike the masterpieces, these ones are genuinely for children to play with rather than for adults to go, I had one of these.
So to be fair, with the classics range it was a bit more fuzzy because these were recreations of the original characters, so they could be classified in other ways.
I really like the way they did the gun. I like that. And it actually looks like a gun as well for a change, although why the LED would be that far back. They made the battery change easy enough for it.
Yeah, kind of have to these days.
They gave it very feminine legs and feet. Nice ball.
It's the design aesthetic from Transformers Prime more than anything.
Yeah, it's very Japanesey.
Which is interesting considering.
Don't say it. What I mean is there was a whole style of Gundam robots that were done exactly the same.
Oh, okay, because this is quite American. It's one of the most American ranges actually, because it was originally, well, I say American, North American, in that it was very much conceived and developed by Hasbro.
Love the fact they did light piping for the eyes. Hate the head.
Yeah, it's a bit weird, isn't it? This is the thing, is the aesthetic from the Bay move has infected Prime quite a lot, as you can probably tell.
Alright, well, instantly this is a very different toy. See, that's more the head that I've got used. It's more the body configuration for Prime that I'm used to seeing. I'm not loving the stickers on the guns. I'm not actually liking the Transformer logos on the shoulders.
Now, I must point out that those are repro labels. It has been repro labelled within an inch of its life.
Okay.
So that might be worth bearing in mind. Now, when they came out, bearing in mind 2006, 2007 would have been about $17.99.
Okay.
Maybe 15 if you're really lucky.
No light piping for the eyes on that one.
No. Oh, it's supposed to be actually, is it?
Oh, yes. Yes, if you tip it at just the right angle, his eyes are purple.
Yeah.
Okay, where those are blue. Yeah. Okay.
So, you know, back then your deluxes were 10 to 13 tops. So this worked out to be about $17.99 to about $23 depending on where you bought it.
Hey, this has got a proper what's name sticker on it.
Yeah,
I like those.
With this guy,
that's the repo job though, yeah.
No. That was original.
That's original.
That's original. With this guy, the deluxes were about $12.99 to $14.99, depending on where you got them from.
Okay.
So these Voyager classes tended to be 23 to 25. Again, now this is Generations Combiner Wars.
Generations Voyager.
Yes.
Can we get another trailer?
No, we can't.
One more.
So it's a Generations Combiner Wars Voyager class figure, which is also the centre of a combiner.
Nice gun. That separates off into two separate smaller guns.
Yes, which is quite nice.
Okay, that's quite cool. I like the join method for that. That's nice.
So with a retail price of about 23 to 25 again. Yeah.
Okay, hang on. We need to. I'm sorry. Can we backtrack here?
Yeah.
Right. These are on, and the camera's going to love the fact they get to see the back of primes while I work this out. Have I got these in the right order of May? No, that one's earlier. Okay. 17-ish. 20-ish. Just over 20.
Bearing in mind, if you work in inflation, bearing in mind it's almost a decade ago.
Dude, this is hilarious. This one, nice weight, good looking toy. I like it. This one, really light, flimsy looking, and not a great looking toy. This thing is ridiculously light, and it looks like a Meccano block. It's I would swear that this was the most expensive of all of these by quite a lot.
That's been reissued in Japan.
Yeah.
And costs about £75.
I wouldn't have said. Okay. It's chunky.
Mm-hmm.
Has plastic for the windscreen, has plastic for the windscreen, has paint for the windscreen.
Mm-hmm.
Stickers are slightly better.
Bearing in mind again, that's repro label. That isn't.
Yeah.
That is going to get repro label because a really nice extra's been available.
Really?
Yeah. It's Prime.
It's Prime.
The G1-ish Prime.
Well, why has he got this massive back? Okay, he has a hidden head that has little beetly style. Oh no, they do go up. They're meant to be entire. I thought they were fangs. I think I preferred them when they were fangs. That's not nice looking. White. That's not nice looking. Why has he got two heads?
Combiner Wars.
Oh, he turns
into
into
a torso. So if you add 4...
Oh, is that why he's so bulky looking? Because he's the torso part of it.
Basically, you can add 4 deluxe size Combiner Wars figures to make a bigger version.
Okay, but the problem is...
Ultra Prime.
The problem is, without those figures, as a standalone figure, although he has the nicest of the heads. Now, he definitely doesn't have light piping. He's got paint for the eyes. His head's bigger than the others. He looks so much cheaper.
I can understand that. I mean, this is the thing. Deluxes over the years appear to have gotten smaller, which is a bit strange.
Okay.
But, you know, when you compare up until, say, I mean, Fall of Cybertron was the worst period where suddenly the Optimus Prime toy from Fall of Cybertron was an inch shorter than the War for Cybertron one. And they weren't exactly tall to start with. And that's simply because oil prices have gone through the roof and plastic prices just has gone through the roof.
So next year's Transformers are this big?
Yeah. So it's interesting to see how the sizes have changed over the years. Now, obviously with this, you've got better quality plastic, certainly.
Far heavy,
figure.
weight-wise.
Yeah.
That's a really heavy and really nice, solid feeling toy. Now I'm guessing that's because you have not played with it much. But
oh no, I've had a bit of a mess with that on a regular basis.
That's
like
a good
that
one.
Toy.
That's a good toy.
My only problem with that one was there was no option for a trailer for him until someone brought a third party one out.
I'm grooving to the articulation on this one. I love the clear plastic. You know I'm a sucker for clear plastic on toys. Not loving the style, but I do appreciate that there was a whole wave of things that had that style. This is hideous. Even for Prime, and okay, that's going to upset Transformers fans. I can't say even for Prime. What I meant to say was, even for a big truck,
Yeah.
it's not subtle.
No, that it isn't. But then to be a combiner, it probably can't be. What's interesting with this one though is that the mould originally wasn't supposed to be Optimus.
What was it meant to be?
Motormaster, who's the leader of the Stunticons. Since that was originally developed, they then decided to do a retool and repaint into Optimus Prime as well. So there's an Optimus Prime in this range. Because as it stands at the moment, there is no leader class Optimus in this. There's a Ultra Magnus coming that looks really quite nice.
Excellent.
Which is very much based on the IDW Ultra Magnus.
Hey, I deserve plus points for knowing what you were talking about there.
Because in IDW they've messed with the Ultra Magnus. So it looks like this Optimus Prime is being introduced from the Motormaster, what was going to be the Motormaster mould, simply because there is no Optimus Prime other than this one planned. There's two Megatrons who are both tanks and based on the same figure.
Why?
But with different accoutrements. Not quite sure what's being planned.
I thought it okay. This is where the auto assembly I get ripped apart.
Yeah.
Surely some very clever businessmen sit down in a room and go, we are about to launch a new Transformer range. So we need a Prime, a Megatron, a Starscream, a Soundwave, a Bumblebee. Those are the ones that I know as standards. Those are the ones that we always get.
They're getting a bit
you
tired.
always get. They're retiring.
No, they're getting a bit tired. As in, people are getting a bit fed up with the same characters over and over.
But there are people like you that go, I only collect Prime.
Oh, I know, but the toy collectors aren't their core market.
No, children are. Children don't care.
Now, the thing is with this Generations Combiner Wars line, they've made it quite clear.
That makes sense. Woohoo! Let's sell 5 robots instead of 1.
Yeah, exactly. They've made it quite clear at the Toy Fair just gone in New York. They've actually done some display photos that pictures that they showed off in a press briefing. That Hasbro have now classified their customers for Transformers in 3 kind of categories.
Ones that know what the difference is between good artwork and bad action figures?
Well, there's basically the introduction, which
that'd be really small children's Tonka play style.
That's basically Rescue Box.
Yeah.
Which is basically just a range of Autobots. There's no Decepticons in it, so on and so forth.
Why are there no Decepticons?
Because they're basically out there helping humans who've got themselves in trouble and solving crimes and things like that. It's very much...
Megatron cares.
Then there's Robots in Disguise, the new Robots in Disguise series, which should have been called something else because it's not the same as the RID series from previously.
Okay.
Which is very much aimed at your...
Can't argue with how they do the instructions for transforming it, by the way.
5 to 10-year-olds, roughly, is who their core range is for RID, which are... The new RID, rather, which are things like one-step changes and easy change and things like that, all stuff that's...
Stuff that I don't have to worry about.
Yeah. They've actually said that the Generations range, with Combiner Wars onwards at the very least, if not prior to that, is being aimed at over 10s to adults. They've actually got an image of, think about a 12-year-old and an adult collector, and they're actually acknowledging that the adult collectors are someone that they're aiming for now. Which is, I think, the first time they've really said that, other than with Masterpieces.
I was about to say, are we meant to be impressed by that?
Well,
is that meant to be a good thing?
I think it's basically because it's changed an awful lot over the last 10 years. I mean, we don't really see it so much over here because our Toys R Us don't do things like collectors figures and stuff like that, but in the States...
Oh, they do.
Definitely do. So you won't get a Robocop figure in Toys R Us here, but you will in Toys R Us in the States, for instance. Whereas here you'd have to go to a comic shop or Forbidden Planet or something like that. So there is that kind of change in perception. Now, the Generations range for the last couple of years in this country has been a Toys R Us exclusive. So this has actually gone countrywide. You can get it in... You can get it in Smith's Toy Stores, you can get it in Argos, you can get it in Toys R Us, and it looks like it may be going general retail. So there's a change in...
Smokestacks suck on that one.
Yes, they do. So there's a change in perception and a change in the way they're marketing them.
Sorry, I just really noticed that the smokestacks are very visible on this. They're a little tiny stub on this, and I couldn't actually notice them.
He hasn't got any.
Oh, that'd be why I didn't notice them.
Well, yeah, it's because they're in the gun.
They're in the gun, aren't they?
Yeah.
Okay.
So...
Right, so... They're finally acknowledging that adults are part of the collector market aside from...
Yeah, the really big stuff.
But in all fairness, that's not news.
No.
I mean, we've always known that the adult collectors, although the fact that the toy company is acknowledging it.
It's the fact they're actually taking them into consideration when developing a line, which, though they've kind of been doing since this came out,
yeah.
The thing is with the original Classics line is that was actually a filler. That was very quickly put together because the film had gone back. The 2007 film was supposed to be out in 2006. So this was very quickly, what do we do now? We've got a gap. And they kind of developed this quite quickly and got it out there.
This, by the way, is a massive leap away from these.
Yeah.
And whilst I'm not a big fan of this style and I hate this head, he's so much better than this. It's like they're going backwards.
Well, if you have a look on the box.
I can't give it any massive points for interest in packaging, although it is quite clearly laid out on the back that you do need the other robots to make this big robot up. Like the artwork on the side, but it bears no resemblance to the toy.
Hang on. Yeah.
Yeah, alright, yeah, fair enough. Something else for people to mock me for.
Now, what's interesting about this is that essentially this mould was supposed to start off as Motormaster. That was the first version of it that was shown, combined with the other figures to make up Menasor. Now these are basically going back to the original Stunticons.
I'm sorry about having to buy all those robots.
Menasor being the Stunticons, which were Motormaster, Drag Strip, I'll get that in a minute, Drag Strip, Wild Rider, Breakdown and Dead End.
Okay, listen, Sven, we're doing a live event in a few weeks and they have said that they are going to pick questions from videos that we have done to test my knowledge. Stop naming Transformers I can't see! It's not fair! You know they are going to ask me! Stop it! Just stop it.
Now,
just go, there are other Transformers.
The funniest part is that there was a Generation 1 cartoon series episode in Season 2 called Masquerade.
Stop naming things!
Where Optimus Prime painted himself as Motormaster. 4 of the other Autobots painted themselves as the other Stunticons, and they used maglocks to pretend that they could combine into Menasor, and had a little battle with Menasor, which wouldn't have lasted 10 seconds, really. But yeah, so I can see a situation where the Stunticon toys they've done will be repainted as Mirage and so on and so forth. So you could have an Ultra Prime made up of those, because at the moment they're saying Ultra Prime's made up of 3
the thing is, that'd
bots
actually be really easy to do. You just put a couple of small neodymium magnets down one of the things and they'd all link.
Well, yeah, but
that'd be awesome. Expensive,
but awesome.
But awesome.
But one of the things they're doing as well, which they don't really mention on there, is that it's not just 5 robots either. There's a 6th one in most cases, which either becomes a chest plate or a gun. Because the Little Legends figures can become chest plates or guns, which is going back to Target Masters and Breast
Were they the
Force
ones that were like
muscles.
that big?
Yeah.
I saw those at an auto assembly years ago and wondered what they were.
So that's quite intriguing. So, shall we transform these into truck mode?
You mean shall you transform them?
Yeah, shall I truck mode?
I'll tell you what, you can do this one. And I feel relatively safe about this.
Before we do that,
instructions.
Shall we have a look at what it kind of looks like when it's combined? Because this will open up, that head will disappear into there, and this chest piece comes up like this. So essentially you'll have, that will be his torso, and then somehow, and I don't know the mechanism very well, but looking at that though, it looks reasonably easy. You just click them in. You basically have robot here, robot here, robot here, robot here to make up the big form, which is quite intriguing, and there's certainly a lot of play value in it. So yeah,
Okay.
It's a bit more it's certainly a more
then.
complicated thing than the one that the under 10s are getting.
Right, you've got 2 Transformers there. I have 1. I have instructions, so I don't have to worry out.
Well, your head's already down, so you've got to head
That's
start.
there you go. Right. Oh, for pity's sake, I've got instructions! Right, feet go there. Feet go there. And I only used the instructions for the first bit and then I gave up. Haha, beat ya.
So here we are, truck mode for all 3. So we've got the classics, the Transformers Prime original range, and the combined Wars generations. Now classics, just for clarification, classics was kind of the start of the whole chug thing. So you had classics, Henkai, Universe, and generations being really the overall thing of it.
Okay, none of them look like Prime.
Yeah, give it that.
This one in its robot mode is lovely.
Mm-hmm.
This one in its robot mode is interesting. Stylised, I'm going to use the word stylised. This one in its robot range is crap. In its vehicle mode, this is nice.
Bearing in mind it's a
Not-
reimagination, it's supposed to be updated.
Not loving the top, but I do appreciate that there is a style in America of having those big sleeper pieces on top, so I can see what they're going for there. The smokestacks are interesting way of combining the guns.
Yeah.
But
It's interesting because that sleeper part on the top is the other gun.
no visible Autobot logo though. Oh, sticker
the
on
rub
the side.
side,
Okay,
yeah.
fair enough.
That is a rub sign at the end of the day, so it
Yeah.
doesn't look like anything until
You,
heat is applied.
I like it. It doesn't scream Prime. It's the right
That's
colours, red, grey, but it doesn't scream Prime. Right. This one, more Prime than this, has the Autobot logo right on the grille, which Bay made very, very famous. Bay, what a fantastic director. Okay, this has the stylised smokestacks at the side. I think having the Autobot symbol on the roof is a bit strange. I like the fact that the gun is put down there and can it still... Yeah, because you need to shoot behind you. Again, not screaming Prime but more Prime. And yeah, very interesting style. I'm not saying I hugely grew to that. Although with this one I can see the trailer hitch. I can't see the hitch on this one. I guess they come up with something clever. Just
Well, there wasn't officially a trailer for it, so
well, that helps.
that third party did that.
Wow. Yeah, this thing's terrible. Okay, I know we review them from correction. I know you review them from a collector's point of view, and I'm happy to do that with the masterpieces. Not quite so happy with the lower range toys to do them quite as collector's items as. And the thing is, I feel really bad because I know lots of you Transformer fans, and you're all really nice people, especially when they buy me drinks. However, I've never quite understood that little switch in your heads that goes, that's a collector's toy and nice and I want it. That isn't. Because quite often you could both be looking at the same toy going, no, it's the other way around. So, but this is a child's toy and it's not a good child's toy.
Fair enough.
And it doesn't look like Prime. And the Autobot logo's in the wrong place. And the window screen is painted plastic. Did like how they did the guns. That's it. I have no plus points for this whatsoever, other than I wasn't afraid to transform it. which immediately tells you something's wrong, because I wasn't afraid to have a go with it. It's really chunky, so I can imagine this being handed to quite a small child. However, the price range is alright,
23 to 25.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen children's toys these days, they're getting friggin' expensive for what you're getting. But if I had a choice, I'd be trying to get this. This is lovely.
That's right.
Definitely, yeah. Now, luckily, me and you have agreed I don't have to score these things, which helps me out no end. However, I am going to score that one as a children's toy. I won't do it as a collector's item, but I will do it as a children's toy. And as a children's toy, out of 10, it's getting a 7. It's sturdy.
Yeah.
I wasn't afraid to break it when I transformed it.
Yep.
It looks like you could throw it with probably only breaking the smokestacks off and maybe doing a bit to one of the guns. The moulding points on it are reasonable. The hinge points on it are okay. As a children's toy, it's fine. Yeah. As a collector's item, hell no. I wouldn't touch it.
It does scream shoehorned into the range. From
your perspective.
From my point of view. I do awfully like the guns though.
The guns are I like the fact the guns combine.
Yeah, the fact that they combine, which into a bigger gun, which is obviously for the bigger robot once it's combined up with the other 4, 5 figures, depending on how you look at it. I like the fact it kind of looks like an engine, like that. It's quite cool. What I did also like is when you look at this gun from the side, it's Optimus Prime's G1 gun.
I wouldn't have known that in a million years.
So it's got the right stock and so on and so forth. So that's quite a nice little touch.
Worth buying for the gun?
No.
But there you go.
To be honest, I think this one is completist only.
Completists?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I collect Optimus,
so
especially G1 in infused one, so that's into my collection because of that. Thank you to Marcus for getting that for me. I'm going to give it a 6.
Oh God, I'm scoring.
I'm doing it from a collector's point of view.
From a collector's point of view, why is it scoring
chunky.
so high? Why is it scoring so high from a collector's point of view? There's no redeeming.
Because I've got I mean, this is the things I can only score it what I've got in front of me, admittedly, but the fact that it's got the extra feature of being able to combine up, and without being able to see that done, I kind of feel like I'm missing part of it. Yeah, I know, but it's only wireframe, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is chunky. I kind of like the robot mode, but it's going to need repro labels, and the repro label set that it is for it does make a huge difference from the pictures I've seen.
Now, hopefully they make the window screen look like a window. That is really bugging me about that.
Yeah, actually it makes them black and puts wipers on.
Okay.
Which I'll put a picture up on actually because there's some press shots. But that's interesting because that's going to get that would have got a 9 at the time easily, and this would have got maybe a 7 as well.
Okay, now it has to be said in all fairness, I didn't transform either of those, so I can't comment.
Yeah, that one's quite easy to do. To be fair,
I didn't.
That's fiddly.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Very fiddly and swivelly, and this is G1-esque almost.
You know, funnily enough, once I abandoned the instructions, that became far easier.
It's interesting, that, isn't it? I find that a lot these days.
I gave up with the instructions because I wasn't following it. But
yeah.
It's weird as well because I laid them out going, oh, that's perfect. It tells you, oh, this will be easy. And the moment I saw it, I was like, no. Oh yeah, that's the wheel and that clicks. So yeah.
I mean, this is something that kids love. I can imagine kids really enjoying that, and the whole extra play thing with play elements with combining it up. Absolutely. I would have preferred to have seen a bigger Optimus in this range, a leader class one like they do with Ultra Magnus, because having an Ultra Magnus running around that's bigger than Optimus Prime
is
always normal. It's the kind of normal thing you would do, but it's not an Ultra Magnus in the more traditional sense. So I'm not quite sure how to play with that. Certainly shouldn't have Megatrons that stand over Optimus Prime, head and shoulders above them. So that's a bit strange. But yeah, considering the price point, considering what Voyager classes have been in the past, it's reasonable.
Okay.
But from a collector's point of view, it needs some work. It needs repro labelling or painting or something just to get rid of great big blocks of grey and.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
Yeah, it doesn't work as the character. Most importantly, it'll be very interesting to see how Motormaster comes out.
Well, maybe we'll see one of those at Auto Assembly.
Yes, which is coming up in August. Don't miss it. We will have David there, so he'll be in the corner trying to talk about Star Trek to anybody who will listen.
I'll talk about any show anybody wants to talk about.
We have got First Contact Day in April as well, and we've also got Geek Meet in the middle
Actually,
of
I'm
April.
looking forward to that. That's Transformers Light. I can handle that. I feel I can hold my own in that group. That should be okay.
So,
right, well, I think that about wraps it up. You can subscribe to us here on YouTube. You can follow us on both Facebook and Twitter. And of course, there is the official Geekology website. Thank you for watching and good night.
bye.
Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum.
Thunder Dave! Oh, yeah, he's a bit.
I am not a
He's
hoe.
a hoe.
Not a hoe.
You're a hoe.
Hi, and welcome to Geekology. I'm David Spears.
Recently, have a little bit more of a gap, so we can end.
No, I didn't. No, you gotta use it. You gotta use it.
No.
I did that specifically.